You feel tired, maybe you don't even know exactly why. But you feel it. It's like carrying an invisible weight every day. A constant effort to keep everything balanced, to make everyone happy, to avoid conflict, to always be kind, understanding, and polite. From a young age, you were taught that being a good person was the right path, that goodness would eventually be rewarded, that kindness would naturally be returned. That if you were fair, honest, and humble, the world would recognize it. But what if I told you this belief, while beautiful, isn't always how reality works? It's a comforting story, one that helps maintain order, but it doesn't always match the way the world actually functions. How many times have you kept quiet just to avoid conflict? How often have you set aside your own needs to meet others' expectations? How many moments have you accepted disrespect with a smile, swallowing your frustration, all in the name of being good? Listen closely. The world does not always reward kindness alone. It rewards those who are strategic, those who understand when to give, when to protect themselves, and when to stand firm. If you're here, it's because you've felt it. You've experienced the frustration of being overlooked despite your best intentions. You're starting to realize that the more you try to please everyone, the less you are respected. The more you give without boundaries, the more is demanded from you, and the less you are valued. This is where the wisdom of Machiavelli comes in, not as a symbol of negativity, but as someone who understood an important truth about how influence works. He saw clearly that pure morality, detached from practical understanding, can leave you vulnerable. That being seen as good isn't always enough. What matters is being effective and aware. In this video, we're going to speak honestly, no masks, no illusions, about why trying to please everyone can quietly keep you stuck, and how you can move towards living with greater strength, authenticity, and balance. This doesn't mean becoming unkind or distant. It means awakening from the innocent belief that virtue alone will protect you in every situation. If you feel exhausted by being overlooked, it's time to learn a new way. Ready? Let's dive deeper. Look around you. Who are the people who lead, who earn respect, who have real influence? Are they the most generous? Or are they those who are assertive, strategic, and careful with their energy? The truth is, the world is often guided by utility, not pure goodwill. Machiavelli, writing centuries ago, wasn't encouraging harm, he was simply describing reality. He showed that while kindness is beautiful, it must be paired with strength and wisdom. You can spend your life being loyal and selfless, helping others without asking for anything in return. But the moment you are no longer seen as useful, you might find yourself forgotten, not out of malice, but because the world moves according to needs and perceptions. The lesson? It's not enough to be good, you must also be strong. Those who assert healthy boundaries are respected. Those who are always available, who never set limits, are often seen as a resource rather than as individuals. You don't need to become cold. You need to be clear. You need to develop the quiet, steady strength that commands respect without having to demand it. Machiavelli said a leader should, if necessary, prioritize being respected over being liked, because true leadership comes from presence, from the ability to act when needed, and from being seen as someone who cannot be taken for granted. And this applies to you too. If you live only to be pleasant, you may find yourself overlooked, not because you lack value, but because the world often misses the silent, the endlessly accommodating. Now, it's time to look deeper. Where does this constant need to please come from? Often, it's not really kindness, it's fear. Fear of rejection. Fear of not being loved. Fear of being seen as selfish or bad. Over time, this fear can mask itself as politeness, as empathy, but it quietly erodes your sense of self. You weren't born to please everyone. You learned it. Conditioned since childhood with messages like, "Don't be rude, be nice, always say yes." You adapted, because approval felt necessary for survival. But what once protected you may now be holding you back. Kindness rooted in fear is not true kindness. It is self-erasure. It is living behind a mask. And if you don't take that mask off, one day you might not recognize the person looking back at you. But there is another way. You can reconnect with your authentic self, the self who can be kind and strong, compassionate and clear, generous and self-respecting. Machiavelli understood that appearances matter. He wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be, few experience what you truly are." This is a reminder. It's not just your intentions that the world sees, it's your presence, your energy, and your strength. It's not about becoming manipulative. It's about understanding that to truly be respected, you must embody both wisdom and strength. Like the fox, you must see the traps. Like the lion, you must project presence. This doesn't mean abandoning your values. It means protecting them, and yourself, wisely. There is a middle path. You don't have to choose between being kind or being cruel. You can be real. You can be someone who acts with clarity and courage, who chooses when to give and when to step back. True kindness is not weakness. It's the conscious choice to be good, without being naive. You are not here to be a passive observer in your own life. You are here to lead it, with authenticity, strength, and dignity. If you are ready to step into that version of yourself, then welcome. This is where your regal journey begins.